Hi there, I'm just going to do a short video today about iodine deficiency. In my last video, I was suggesting that people got hold of some iodine so that they can firstly find out if they're deficient in iodine and then do something to correct that deficiency, because it's a very, very serious problem. As I spoke about before, about 40% of people in the UK are actually deficient in iodine, and that's due to the fact that we're not having enough natural salts. That's one of the main reasons, because the seas are being devastated by overfishing, by pollutants and all the rest of it. Plus everything is being over processed these days. So even when you go to the supermarket and you think you're buying sea salt, that fine grain stuff is really not what you're after. What you're after is the rock salt, which is like big rocks of sea salt, which I think you can actually get in supermarkets, but I wouldn't advocate getting it from a supermarket. You can get this rock salt from any good health food store. Also, you can use Himalayan pink salt, although be careful that that's a reputable brand, because some of that does tend to be quite high in the sort of heavy metals that you do not want to be ingesting, and some of it contains quite large quantities of aluminium. So be careful about where you buy it from. Another fantastic salt to buy is Celtic salt, which you can also get in any good health store. So one of the ways of correcting your iodine deficiency, or starting to correct it, is by making sure that you have good salt every day. I actually have an underactive thyroid, which I think has pretty much been brought about by a deficiency in iodine. In fact, I'd put money on that. That's why I have it, because since about the age of 15, when I first read somewhere, probably in mainstream media, that salt causes stroke and heart disease and goodness knows what else, which bad salt most definitely does, and too much of anything isn't good for you. I stopped having salt. Basically, I didn't have any salt at all until maybe 2 years ago, when I found out about this problem with iodine. And what they used to do is add iodine into the sort of cheap table salts that you can buy, but they don't do that anymore. And when I was actually researching how to get hold of iodine myself, I found it really, really difficult to find. And that is like a whole nother story, why they're no longer making iodine easily available to us, because you used to be able to buy it in the chemist, like Boots, somewhere like that. And obviously they used it for cleaning wounds and in preparation for surgery and all that kind of stuff, to sort of clean the area. But the ability to get iodine has become quite difficult these days. So although I don't recommend corporations or buying from corporations, because I know it's hard for people to get, I do know that you can get Lugol's iodine on Amazon. And when you get hold of that liquid iodine, what you need to do is put the size of a 2p coin onto your stomach at night before you go to sleep. Try and sleep on your back so you don't rub this off in the night. When you wake up in the morning, have a look at how much of that has been absorbed, and that's going to tell you really whether you're deficient in iodine or not. If there's been 100% absorption, then you are most definitely very low in iodine, and that wouldn't surprise me at all if that's the case for most people, because as I've said before, about 40% of people in the UK are deficient in iodine. If you don't get enough iodine, you are looking at serious problems long term. I mean, the minor ones which affect so many of us, like brain fog, inability to focus, low performance, all that kind of stuff, low short-term memory, and all of that stuff, that can be massively affected by a deficiency in iodine. But long term, it's even worse than that. So you're looking at things like dementia, Alzheimer's, and that kind of thing. Another good thing to take, or to make sure that you're getting enough of in terms of like brain function and sort of being alert and performing at your absolute best, is omega-3. And I get that through flax oil. You can also get it through evening primrose oil, and the supermarkets, they flog fish oil omega-3, which I don't approve of, being vegan, and I don't think it's necessary that we get it from an animal source. We can get that from a natural plant source. So that's what I recommend. So after however long it takes for you to no longer be absorbing this iodine, so you're putting a 2p coins worth of iodine on your stomach every night, when it gets to the point where it's no longer absorbing, then your levels are kind of, where they should be. And from that point, you need to be looking at a maintenance dose. Now, I know a lot of people add drops of Lugol's iodine to distilled water. I'm not going to say sort of one way or the other what I think, but I'm just going to say what I do, which is I take kelp tablets. So you can get those from any decent health food store, and you need to take usually 3 of those a day to keep your iodine levels where they should be. If anyone's got any questions, or they want to talk to me about their experiences after they've started trying this process with the Lugol's iodine, then please get in touch. And I'll be doing another video soon on more advice about what supplements and stuff that we can take to reduce our risk of cancer, especially as women, and especially when it comes to really common reproductive cancers like breast cancer. Okay, speak to you soon. Thanks. Bye.